To go back to the start of my career, you really have to understand how I grew up. My dad, who never went to college, was a lifelong serial entrepreneur, small business entrepreneur. He was in many businesses, and as I was growing up, I worked in those businesses and I lived the life of an entrepreneur. I manned a cash register in a bowling alley, I delivered auto parts, I typed invoices, I answered the phone. My bedroom was the office for my dad's business in high school. So I certainly knew something about at least small business entrepreneurship. Wanting to be the first lawyer in the family, I stumbled upon the beginnings of the Harvard MBA JD program and decided to do it, and was glad I did, because business school education gave me the strategy, management, finance background that complemented what I knew about small business entrepreneurship. I joined Shaw Pittman Potts and Trowbridge after graduating from school, having been delayed 1 year during the Vietnam War to train at Fort Polk, Louisiana. I was a reservist. Fortunately, I was never sent to Vietnam, but I did lose a year of school. So I started at Shaw Pittman Potts and Trowbridge, which was a firm that had been started by some notable people from the military in World War II. So I began to do some work in the military and intelligence arena with them, and I also began to do software work, doing software licensing. I had done some small amount of programming in business school. Didn't want to be a programmer, but liked the technology. Did software licensing for people who were then called Beltway bandits, who were doing some government contracting and some commercial software implementation. That led me to get involved in the early stages of the personal computer emergence. In that vertical, I began to do my first venture capital deals. I became involved with the company that developed VisiCalc, which was the first useful program on the personal computer. Later was acquired by Lotus, so I was heavily involved in the personal computer revolution. Did some deals with Apple in the early days. A friend of mine became the CFO of a company called Quantum Computer Services, which, for those who've read the history of AOL, know that that was the beginning of AOL. So I was involved in the early launch days of AOL with Mr. Case, Steve Case, and Jim Kimsey. God rest his soul, recently passed away. And a technology genius named Bill von Meister, who has been gone quite a while now. And then I became more involved in some healthcare IT, still serve on the board of an important healthcare IT company that manages the cancer therapy clinical trials database for NIH. Then moved into biotechnology, medical devices, new drugs. Along the way, I've done some international work. I still have a relationship with a Swiss group. I'm going there in a couple of weeks for my annual meeting. I've focused on technologies that matter. I want to do things that make a difference.